Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Nelson here, and in today's video I'm just going to show you the quick Q&A that happened with Universe Trading yesterday. So it's just an overview of the Universe Trading platform itself from one of the speakers inside the company. So he breaks it down pretty good. So it's a long watch, but it's worth it. You get to understand everything in English, so because they don't usually do that. It's all in German. It's a German company. So I'm just going to let this play out, and it was just a screen recording that I did, and yeah, it's a very long one, but if you really want to know about Universe Trading from the guys that work at Universe Trading, then you can watch this video. You get all the information that you need. Okay,
so once again, welcome to this presentation here of the Universe, and today we are covering the project of Universe Trading. So you probably know there are way much more things to talk about the Universe here, but we are talking about the Universe Trading today. We will cover a little bit our charity, Love Universe, at the end, but I think we directly cut to the chase with the Universe Trading and how you can get a reliable, stable, passive income from that project for the last 2.5 years, nearly 3 years already. So for some of you, I know that they are in that project for over a year already. So let's directly cut to the chase. And of course, we need to start with the disclaimer first. That's very, very important. And I know that you know that already, but please take your time. It's on the recording to read that along, especially with the risk capital, and that we cannot give any kind of future results or the previous results and no indication for future results. Okay, so this is really, really important. Nor is there any kind of financial advisor, or does Universe Trading give financial advice or consultation? So I believe this is all clear. You have it in several languages, that small disclaimer as well. So please make sure to promote that in the right way from a legal perspective, especially if you're in the European Union and beyond. So the most important actually is we have 2 questions I want to answer for you today. Doesn't matter if you're here for a longer time already and have some prospects, interested partners, friends and family, or maybe you're here for the very, very first time. The 2 questions are obviously, what is Universe Trading, and what does make Universe Trading special, different from all the other maybe first glimpse saying, oh yeah, they're doing trading, I have good or bad experience? Because you probably already got the memo that I said 2.5 years already, okay? Publicly trackable, verifiable, available to see all the results. And that obviously must ring a bell for those of you who have experience or not, that it must be something different. And I will break it down from the top to the bottom of what is different. Some of these informations might be new to you as well, but please just totally delete everything you already have in your head about that and just follow along, okay? So the most important thing about what Universe Trading is like I said, I believe the golden ticket for reliable, stable income from the trading market, mainly Forex and gold. However, there's also some stocks traded as well. We talk about that in a minute, but it is a total passive opportunity from on a platform which launches premium trading strategies, okay? From physical trading teams, there's already a second trading strategy for over a year as well, but we talk about that also in a minute. But it is just a passive income opportunity and totally different with the next slides you can see. You don't need to be a trader. You don't need to commit yourself on let's say putting the money in for 100 days or a month or a year. You don't have any entry or monthly fees. There is no artificial cost whatsoever. It is totally passive. Like I said, you don't have to have any experience, and the trading is also very, very safe. And what do I mean with very safe? Well, there is something which is called the 90-90 rule, which means that actually it's even worse. It's 93% of everybody who's doing trading will lose his or her money within 90 days. Guys, that's not my opinion. That's pure statistics. And in other words, what does Universe Trading make it so special? We talk about that in a minute behind the scenes, but what we have now is just, I believe, the most solid opportunity in that market. And I'm into trading since 2015 and also an eco consultant, really knowing how to find mistakes in this project. So that's it. We don't have any lock-in periods as well. So this must like tick the boxes one by one for you if you're in that industry for a longer time. So no packages, no monthly fees, no lock-in period, and no experience needed. Okay. And that obviously leads to the question saying, okay, how is the whole thing financed? Well, the most important thing is here in Universe Trading, you don't put your money to some to some company or some CEO, and which later runs off with your money in Panama or somewhere like that. I mean, we all might had that experience already in the past. So did I. But this is very important. We talk about an A-book broker, fully verified on European Union guidelines, onshore. We talk about that in a minute as well. But I believe the most important information is already clear with a trading strategy for over 2.5 years. Okay, this is, you probably know, the original trading strategy. That's literally the name, original. However, we know that diversification is key. Diversification is the golden rule in investment per se, and that's why, like I said, Universe Trading is a platform which launched premium trading strategies. Okay. Of course, all of them are publicly available, seeing in the next slide, but it's actually anniversary. Okay, this presentation is done on the 28th of June 2023, and I believe 2 weeks ago, last year, we had Trilex, also the anniversary, so 1 year of Trilex already. Okay, so, and if we again talking about the 90-90 strategy, or sorry, 90-90 statistics, that already means that we technically have the second trading strategy, which already beats that and is most certainly among the top 1%. And guys, that's so easy to calculate because you just need to look how long is a trading strategy successfully, continuously in existence. Okay, so so far to that, I believe that's everything of that is clear. The horse, absolutely, we have the best horse in the stable with original, but again, you can have some kind of diversification in itself aspect. I believe this is really, really good. And yes, the platform will continuously evolve, and there's already a third trading strategy looking really, really good, if I may say so. Please, it's not a guarantee that it will be born on Universe Trading, but what I heard from the CEO database is that it really, really looks good. And you never know, maybe the next trading strategy comes from the community, maybe like people like you and me. Okay, so just ticking again the boxes, we have the best trading strategy in the market. It's just facts, okay, not a bold sales statement. So we can really, really look into knowing now what Universe Trading is, and now let us tick the final boxes of what does Universe Trading make it so special in terms of how they operate. Okay, let me shed a little bit of light on behind the scenes. Okay, so because yes, for you it's totally passive. You don't need to follow some signals, you don't need to copy the trades, something like that. That's all way too complicated. We have a way easier system, and there's one word which all sums it up. The golden word is here, the word risk management. And guys, I'm 8 years in the trading strategy, trading myself. I'm also an investor in many, many aspects. And let me just tell you one thing. I had many, many experience, things which worked, things didn't work. But let me just directly cut to the chase. We have here in Universe Trading, there are physical trading teams independent from each other, obviously, with different trading strategies in existence, like Trilex and Original. But no, we don't have some kind of the latest bot or the latest software. And guys, let me just be direct with you. Refrain from solemnly rely on the latest bot, because no bot can anticipate what happens on the market. The very best bots did not know that Russia entered Ukraine and the gold price literally went like in waves. No bot could anticipate that the Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, rest in peace, got assassinated in the open street in one of the safest countries in the world. And what it did, even if it's only a day, with the Japanese yen against the Australian dollar, was totally out of the normal, let's say, trends they normally follow. And that's just exactly that. You cannot have guaranteed or solemnly artificial intelligence working on a market which technically changes every single day, and big black swan events like FTX or the death of the Queen Elizabeth, rest in peace again, just artificial bots and softwares cannot anticipate that. So what's the solution for that? Safe and sound trading. I also call it a little bit of sniper trading strategy, right? So you need human intelligence. Yes, I know we are in the digital world, but we need human intelligence. People who say, well, sometimes it's just better to not trade at all, okay? And again, there might be some good bots out there, but guys, show me a trading bot which is continuously doing profits. I'm not talking even about how good the risk management is, fully verified on my Xbook. I wait because I dare you to find one, because you probably won. And if, then please let me see. I'm really interested in looking into that. Okay. So the risk management first is like we can combine artificial intelligence with human intelligence. And secondly is that just no unnecessary risks are taken here, okay? Yes, I know people are spoiled, including myself, by opening a trading account and every single day you see the incomes or loss or profits into your account. And guys, this is exactly the wrong mindset, because it's quality before quantity. This week, we didn't have a single closed trade so far. Does it matter if you have a long-term vision? No, it's not, because it all depends on the risk management. Because doing one mistake, making one mistake, one false step, and you're done for. And that's really, really important, okay? So guys, focus on the risk management. Don't focus on how much you can earn a single week or a single month, because the minute you stop chasing those trading strategies who are giving you 10, 20, whatever +% a month, that will be the time where you really make a long-term earnings here, okay? And yes, I sound like that we don't make a lot of money here, but actually we do, because the monthly expected return of up to 10% gross profit, remember you keep 60%, would have been, guys, I hope you're sitting well, 5.5% a month based on the last 2.5 years of monthly average. And this is absolutely amazing. And yes, there are trading strategies, again, doing more than that, but most certainly not with that track record. And if we talk about tracking records, then I most certainly, you want to see a proof, right? It's 2023. Everybody can like just put in some numbers on a report or a screenshot and then just trying to scam you with that. And that's why there are like third parties like MyFXbook. And I know for the experts right here, this is not the only proof you can have, but it's by far the best, most common and internationally known. It's no agenda because it's the biggest independent third-party tracking provider, which just allows everybody without making an account to see the results of every single week, month, and day, even that sometimes is a little bit delayed because their servers are not really good. That's a different topic, but it's therefore just the most transparent provider you can see, okay? And what does tracking provider means? Well, if you're a trader and you're really, really good, then you will have a MyFXbook. And guys, if there are out there any opportunities you believe they might trade, ask for MyFXbook. And if they don't have that, run as fast as you can, because it's not difficult to have a MyFXbook, but it's difficult to sustain it for over 4 and 5 months, because again, the 1990 rule, okay? So it all leads back to the same thing, and that's why we look into it. You please ask the person who invited you today how to find that. You don't need to sign up somewhere, but I just really directly cut to the chase as we have a recording here. Are the two most important things, which not only helps you to identify a scam, but also to see how good they are, to see the proper risk management. Because that's what we talk about. And yes, I know it's very seducing to see percentages like that. And that's the power of a safe trading opportunity. Again, there's no reason of making, or there's no sense in making 20% a month if it's gone the next month, because then you have lost and you have nothing anymore, right? So this is what technically 9.47% is making in 2.5 years, because, and that's the most important, since when is the trading strategy in existence, which is the 1st of September 2020. Guys, that's nearly, yes, 3 years. I need to adjust my slides again because it's not 2 years, it's 3 years nearly. Okay, so this is, I think, like the most important. You don't need to be a rocket scientist in order to really understand that. Again, if you look into the 90-90 rule, but even more important is the so-called CRR. Okay, what is a CRR? It means chances risk relation. Okay, that technically just says, well, as the name already says, okay, so it's the chances or that you can make depend or in comparison of how much you risk. And the risk management is properly shown actually by one important indicator, which is the drawdown. If you don't know what it is, please make a note and Google what drawdown means. But in oversimplified, it means with how much risk they technically is the account dealt with. Okay, so how much risk they technically have in that account, and of course the less it is, the better it is. However, drawdown per se is not a bad thing or something like that, because you need drawdown, you need to risk something in order to make something, right? But have a positive CRR. That means that you should have, for every dollar you risk, making at least $0.01. Okay, and all those paying out high opportunities, they show the same thing. They maybe make 15%, they maybe make 20% a month. I know it's possible, but only if you risk like 40 or 50%. And that's exactly that, because if you risk 50%, you know that every second trade statistically will drop to zero and you lose 50%. Okay, so and this is what it is. That, guys, long story short, is a business, not some kind of gamble. Okay, so and for every dollar which is risk, they nearly make $2 on a 2.5, nearly 3 years of tracking performance. Nobody can beat that on a long-term run. Okay, and I believe this is like the most important I can give you today. There's way much more to talk about that, but let me just really make a conclusion and the unique selling points of universe trading, because there are plenty. I believe I don't need to talk about the performance and risk management anymore. Let me just again talk about the simplicity and flexibility. Yes, the whole system is totally passive. The entire capital is withdrawable at any time. Again, no lock-in periods. Okay, there's also no package or any kind of entry fee, monthly or annual fee, so there's nothing you need there's no limitation. Okay, and guys, if you're working with trading trading projects, other ones, that's fine, but as long as you have these kind of packages or like annual fees or anything like that, a lock-in period, there is no reason of blocking the customer's client's money, okay, in trading, especially in Forex. Okay, and sometimes not even legal, but we talk about that not today. Also, one thing which is absolutely unique selling point, and many of you telling me regularly, Patrick, you should mention that more, is the reason or is the opportunity that we have our trading account in or and both is possible. You can have it in fiat, which means US dollars. So you're accumulating US dollars. Let's say you put in $10,000 and then there's a trade and you have 10,128 and the next trade 10,270. You know, you can be accumulating dollars, or you do it in Bitcoin. So you put in, let's say, 1 Bitcoin, and the next trade gives you, I don't know, like $200, and then you maybe have 1.001, 1.005 Bitcoin. Okay, so you're accumulating Bitcoin, and yes, that is the ultimate pitch, sales pitch for people who are saying, okay, I'm pro crypto, but we all can agree on that the bull run doesn't happen tomorrow. So accumulating Bitcoin is absolutely worth it here, and most of you already do that. And yes, you can do both. Okay, the same trading strategy always has the account in Bitcoin and US dollars. You can do both. You can switch it all the time, no fees on that, because technically that's possible, because the liquidity provider enables us, or has the function that we can decide of what we want. Okay, talking about liquidity provider in a minute. Also the diversification safety aspects, because both trading strategies are here for over a year, original nearly 3 years, future trading strategies coming, and you can diversify in itself, as I always say, and I believe that's also very, very important aspect here. And the last thing is, of course, the transparency, and there's way much more things to possible say about that. But talking about licensing and registration, we are not talking about an opportunity here where you send your money to, I don't know, like a person or a trader or a CEO or a company. You have your money in your account. Technically, it's even better because Universe Trading is just a service provider. Okay, it cooperates with an onshore ebook broker with an onshore ebook broker license. Okay, and this is very, really important because the funds are always in your control. If you don't know what that means, let me directly cut to that one, that slide here, just to give you an approximate feeling of what does it mean. Because the service provider doesn't have any money, that's very important. Okay, so many scams out there. We put money in, and then the website is down and your money is gone. Okay, and then sometimes there are brokers. Well, let's all agree on that. We don't put our money in some opportunities. So-called opportunities if they don't even have a proper broker. But let's just say they have a broker. Well, there's a chance of 95% that is a B-book broker. And B-book brokers have many disadvantages. First of all, they don't really trade on the market, which means they can all the time manipulate the prices and the trading pairs. If you don't believe me, ask anyone who is trading, maybe even on the big brokers like Crypto Forex, and ask them how many times they got liquidated. I can give you an answer how many times I got liquidated the last 2 to 3 years, and lost all the money because the broker messed up. And yes, they do that intentionally. I just say it how it is. They do that intentionally because they know that 90% will lose their money anyway. Okay, and yes, that's some kind of a I don't know, gray zone, but just keeping it simple. Avoid B-book brokers. How can you spot an A-book broker? It's like a government, like how a countries run, the separation of forces. You have liquidity providers. They must have all the licensing, and that's why we have the best liquidity provider in Germany and the European Union with that. Hence the reason why that whole opportunity took like 2.5 years or 2 years to get an ebook broker license. Okay, I don't want to overcomplicate it here, but long story short is we have something safe here where our money is not even on the broker, it is on liquidity provider, and their account is trackable by the broker. So this is just the next transparency you can have in terms of the technical transparency and also legal transparency. Okay, so this is actually the most important info for today. If you have questions now, put it in the chat right now, then we can answer it at the end. I finished the whole thing here quite quickly with the business opportunities, because yes, everything I said was the investors part. That means you could, based on the last 2.5 years on a monthly average, have a solid more or less 5.5 net profit on a monthly base. And no, it's not the case that you get paid monthly or weekly. If there's a trade right now closed, which might happen today, tomorrow, or Friday, then you literally have the money on account in a second, because it never ever leaves your account. Okay, so this is just very important to know. Many people ask me how many times you get paid. Well, if there's a trade now, closed now, then you get paid in that very second. Okay, and you know that this 5.5 plus minus percent per month is like the average on the last 2.5 years. Okay, so this last month it was 7.03% net profit for you, way much more than the average. Okay, because just the trader spotted and could close more profitable positions in the market. Okay, but this is always the 60% you keep, because there are no other costs before, afterwards, or whatever. So let's talk about the 40% profit share now. Okay, last 2 minutes of your attention, people. 40% is going into the profit share, which pays the traders, the company, liquidity provider, everything. But the biggest part, that we have that win-win-win situation, by the way, with the traders as well, the biggest part out of that 40%, if you take them as a new 100%, 42.5% is distributed on 8 levels. Again, 60 for you, 40 for the profit share, which pays the traders, the company, which is only a small part. The biggest part out of this 40% is 42.5, and that goes in 8 levels. The 8 levels are open from the very beginning. The only thing you need to do is having an account active with $120 or Bitcoin in a value of 120 minimum, and that's There's no limitation. If you have only, let's say, $200 in your account because you cannot at the moment afford more, but you have someone you sign up with, I don't know, like $1 million, you still get the profit share on $1 million. Okay, that's really, really important. We don't have any kind of limitations here. And yes, that maybe, and I will just say it like that, doesn't sound that much on a single trades occasion. But guys, again, it's a long-term opportunity, and think about one thing and listen closely. Name me a company where your commissions have an interest effect, because this is simply amazing. Every single trade, every single time of every single customer, not only partners for you networkers out there, where you only make money on partners, let's be honest, but here you can have a real passive income. No other company is giving that, a real passive income. If you have signing up your neighbor who goes in with 10K and you will never ever talk to someone. Normally you make one-time commission, but here you make the rest of your life, as long as the money is in his account, make a commission every single time, and you never ever take anything away from them, because it is everything based on performance. Okay, the customer is always the first one who gets paid, and that's just the fairest system in the world. So the customer first, customer's king. I think we all can agree on that, and I believe this is a very important, or the very, very nice word or very nice sentence to say here at the end. I believe I'm at the end of my presentation here. Yes, I am. Like I said, that was the universe trading part. There's also way much more to talk about. Also, yeah, one more thing, which is Love Your Universe. I just want to mention that because a tiny part of that 40% is going into charity, but not some kind of a charity of like third parties, and you don't never know if it really arrives there. There is something called the Universe Foundation. It already successfully finished the first project. For those of you who, I know that people from Tanzania and Kenya are here today, so I'm very glad. You probably saw that video where the Universe Foundation opened a school and fresh water, digged some wells. So there's a lot, I can talk for hours here. There's an amazing video where the CEO personally have been there, and you can see that video on all the channels. So please ask the person who invited you for that. Also, I believe it's worth mentioning, because everybody of you who are here for at least 4 or 5 months already made that possible. It's you made that possible. The company's just doing it. You made it possible, and you can really go out there and say, every time I make the majority of the money, I will help the environment, I will help animals, water, and people in this case. And the latest project was that. So my dear friends, I will finish it up with that unique selling point slide. You already saw that, and I will close the presentation now. Please keep in mind that there might be some changes in the future. If you see that just from a legal standpoint, that recording, please ask your sponsor if anything important has changed of that, and please reach out to the person who sends you that video if you see the recording within the next days, weeks, and months to come. Thank you so much, and now we're entering the questions.